What's up, guys? So it is post-AVN, and I am suffering from round 2 of AVN plague. Holy shit. So, obviously this episode was recorded pre-AVN, before we knew Jews Love Black Cock won Best Fucking Comedy at AVN 2018. I sadly did not win for Best Non-Sex Performance, but Joanna was nice enough to grace me with some stage time when Jews Love Black Cock won Best Comedy. So look for that on Showtime in a couple months if you didn't watch the live stream. AVN itself was a little crazy. I got fucking really sick on Thursday and not in the fun I drank too much kind of way. Body aches, chills. Oh, it was fucking miserable. So ended up spending 18 hours in bed, also not in the fun way. But managed to rebound, kick ass at the awards. There were pictures from the red carpet all over my social media right now. It was a ton of fun. Definitely a weird AVN where I was mostly sober and didn't get into too much trouble. I will fix that shit next year for sure. Back to being drunk. Back to getting into fucking shenanigans. But right here, right now, this episode, this very special episode with my homies, Joanna Angel and Aaron, the Small Hands, is brought to you by a couple people. First and foremost, Joanna and Aaron's Whiskey, Doom's Whiskey, 100 proof American rye whiskey, made in Oklahoma, is fucking good shit. You can pick that up at www.doomswhiskey.com. Do so. Do it. Send me a bottle too. I need more. More! It is also brought to you by Joanna's new book, Night Shift. You can pre-order that on Amazon.com right now in either Kindle or paperback edition. It is a choose-your-own erotic fantasy. Can't wait to read it. And as always, we are brought to you by our homies at Laughable. Laughable is the #1 comedy podcast app on iOS. Not only can you subscribe to your favorite shows, you can subscribe to your favorite performers. They make recommendations. You can buy comedy tickets in app. We believe in Laughable, and you should too. If you're on Android, it's coming real soon. Go to www.laughable.com and get on the waiting list. If you're on iOS, go to the App Store, download it right now. I hope you're listening to this on Laughable. So as I mentioned before, this episode is Joanna Angel and the Small Hands. This one gets a little fucking drunk. Who would have thought Joanna Angel couldn't keep up with, the Small Hands, a former bartender, and myself, seeing as she's only 4'11" and maybe 95 pounds. So, yeah, we get Joanna a little fucked up. This one's a ton of fun, guys. Enjoy. Awesome. Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hello.
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
I totally forgot. God damn it.
Way to kick it off with a bang, brah.
I know, fucking...
Is your intro?
Gear's working fine. Brand new fucking equipment. So, cheers, guys.
Salud.
Thank you for coming to the new studio.
And now we drink.
And now we drink.
Yeah, now we drink.
Thanks for having us. It's good looking setup you got here.
Hey, Joe, can you pull into frame a little bit? Just pull into the table a little bit. Just you're making use of the camera.
As you should.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you get a lot of Joanna and
less of us.
Less of us.
Yeah, I know. I'm unfortunately centered
Eye
on the
candy.
camera.
Sex sells, Matt. I'm not sure if you're aware of this.
It does?
I am sex.
See? That voice right there. Excuse me, we got to pause. I need some alone time real quick. No, that's weird.
Nothing's weird anymore.
Fair. Nothing. Maybe a little weird.
A little weirdish.
It's a personal policy not to touch myself to my friends.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not with me.
Well, you bang most of your friends.
Also true. And yeah, I'm gonna drink to that. Woo, we are killing it.
Yeah. Everything got really weird for a second. Well, hi everyone. I'm Joanna Angel.
And we're back.
Be here. This is Matt Slayer.
No, that's Matt Slayer. Wait, this audio format, pointing at Aaron doesn't help.
It doesn't really do anything.
No, not at all.
And why don't you introduce yourself?
And I'm Small Hands or Aaron, either one.
Either one.
Yeah.
Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands if you're nasty.
Yeah.
So, one of the format changes that's happened since the last time you guys do the show is I do all the intros later.
Oh, you do? Okay. There I was
dropped
trying
that.
to do your intros.
Joanna
for you.
just tried to take over like she
I know,
normally
she's just
does.
like-
I was like, okay, well, let's...
I'm the
Like what you
director.
guys are doing sucks. Let me do it. Good.
Joanna's used to directing me and telling me what to do. So
Yeah, so I thought that this show needed like a real start.
no,
And
I
so
found
I
in all my
checked-
experience doing this that it totally
that you introduce people at the end.
no. It's not even that. Like I'll record the intro later and slap it on the front of the intro on the front of the episode. I found that a lot of guests, if I go do a hard start with an intro, they put a barrier up. They're like, "Oh, I'm on air now." If we just start bullshitting, people are a little more natural.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So do you get it? That was the bullshit moment. That last 2 minutes was not really.
The bullshit
you
intro.
were warming us up.
Exactly.
Do you feel
Okay,
warm?
That was foreplay. I'm always
Always
warm.
about sex with this.
I know. Well, sex sells, so
And
Does
we're
it
right back to it.
or it's stolen on the internet.
It's downloadable.
Yeah, I don't think it's selling enough. But booze sells.
Speaking of booze,
Yeah.
this episode. Oh God damn it! I do the intro. I do that later too. That's all in the intro.
Oh, that's all in the intro.
That's all in the intro.
Okay.
So what do we do with all this time?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I don't know. We drink. We do talk about the product.
We talk about the product. Okay, well, this
So,
product.
Joanna and Aaron brought me a very fine gift of a bottle of Doom's whiskey.
Yeah, Doom's Whiskey. It's our project. It is what, Aaron, why don't you talk about it? Because you know more about whiskey than I do.
Well, what
I
do
just
you,
say it's my whiskey. That's all I say.
It's true.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, quickly.
Let's talk about how it started. Start from the beginning.
Let's close the
Let's
blinds
close
first.
those sexy vertical blinds.
Just trying not to get sound bouncing off the glass.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Doom's American Whiskey. This is 100 proof rye whiskey that we make in Oklahoma. It's
The only good thing to come out of Oklahoma.
there's a couple other good whiskeys too.
Really?
Yeah. Not gonna name other brand names,
Yeah,
but you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
but anyway, Doom's 100 proof American rye whiskey. It is the smoothest 100 proof whiskey, in my humble opinion,
I can attest to that.
in existence today. And I also think it is one of the only 100 proof ryes in existence. There's not too many to my knowledge.
Yeah, most of them clock in 94 proofish.
And most of the 100 proof whiskeys are generally like bourbon or
Yeah, and they're barrel strength.
So this is kind of a unique little guy here, or he's like our little evil child.
I dig your baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal your
See,
baby.
and that's not weird at all to
Actually-
say.
We launched this whiskey officially on Friday the 13th, this past October in 2017. It's been a project that Aaron and I have been working on for about 4 years, but it became official, being able to legally be sold in California on whatever, it was Friday the 13th, October 13th, 2017. And yeah, you can buy it on doomswhiskey.com where you can ship to. We ship to almost everywhere in America. I don't know. I forget what states we don't ship to. I should probably look that up.
Find out the hard way. Just order a bottle. If it doesn't
just
show
try,
up,
and if it doesn't show up, then just drive to the closest state. You know, if you have to drive a couple hundred miles, I mean, whatever.
It's worth it.
And get a P.O. box in that city, and just get it mailed there. No big deal. You know, that's the price you pay for a good product. But it
I agree.
can legally be sold anywhere in California, and you can find it at Liquorama.
You're being
in
really
Upland,
confusing.
California.
Let me just sum this up.
I'm giving
people
you all
are-
the information.
I mean, buy a bottle on doomswhiskey.com. That is DOOMSWHISKEY.com. It's whiskey with an EY.
Well, yeah, because it's American.
Correct, sir. So doomswhiskey.com for bottles, merchandise. Currently, you can get it at bars and liquor stores and restaurants and all that jazz in California only. But if you want a bottle, you can buy it.
On tubeswhiskey.com. We also have shirts that are really badass.
You remember when I just said merchandise? So that's like... Joanna, part of this is, listening to your co-hosts and guests.
I'm used to being,
Joanna's used to being on Vivid by herself, just talking into the
where I
mic.
just
jacking off
talk to
truckers.
myself and I jerk people off.
Yeah.
We've already established none of that's happening tonight, Joanna.
Yeah.
Keep it in
Do
your
I have to
goddamn
jerk
pants.
if
We
I
went
have to
over that
jerk
earlier.
anyone off, just let me know. Does anybody need to be jerked off?
Nope.
Do you have
Nope.
any friends that I can call them? I'm very good at it. I'm actually not good at it at all. That's why I only am a fill-in host on Vivid Radio.
No. There needs to be no genital stimulation in my house tonight.
If you didn't want to buy our whiskey yet,
Yeah.
After a couple of whiskeys, the answer may change. But in the meantime, no one needs to be jerked off. We're good.
no.
Yeah.
As I'm holding the bottle phallically.
It's
like,
true.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't know, I used to have a radio show every single week on Vivid Radio. And then at some point, I had one for a good year and a half. And then at some point, the owners were like, it just seems like you don't really like phone sex very much, which I guess is the point of Vivid Radio. I was like, I don't, but I try. They were like, yeah, but they still call me every once in a while to do like fill-in shows or shows at conventions. If somebody does, I'm like the floater. And then, so I've one of the hosts of Vivid Radio's just had a baby, and so I've been filling in for her. And then the owner was like, "If she decides to not come back, I guess we could give you your show back." I was like,
how nice of them.
I was like, just so you know, I haven't gotten any better at jerking people off. She's like, I know, I've heard, but I really do try. I put in a good effort,
I'm almost afraid to
I
ask.
try. Sometimes I'm better than other times, but yeah. But people do call and want to be jerked off.
Truckers and lonely.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought phone sex was like a thing of the past, but apparently it's like it's a thing,
Well, it's like a cam show, but you're driving.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I try, but people get very particular with their jerking off. But if I have to jerk anyone off during the show, just let me know.
No.
And I'll get
We've already
in the
said
zone.
no like 12 times. I
Joanna,
think you really
I-
want
Do I
to.
have to stick the bottle inside of me?
No.
No, okay,
This
great.
is not a pornographic
Okay.
show, Joanna.
All right, cool.
I know you're all hyped up on pre-workout.
I'm
Yeah.
very hyped up on pre-workout. I've drank.
It's all the pre-workout talking.
I've drank every single flavor of pre-workout that you could possibly drink today. My whole stomach is just a mixture of like unicorn, blueberry, cake batter.
Okay, well, Joanna, I don't think most people know what pre-workout is. So
Or why
I
you full of
barely
it.
So
know
now
what it
that
is.
it's been brought up, you're going to
Yeah.
have to explain
Well, today,
it.
in addition to liking whiskey and doing pornography, I also enjoy working out. So today I decided to go to the LA Fitness Expo. And it was a lot of fun. It was actually the first convention I've been to that I wasn't working at in, I can't even remember how long, since I used to go to horror conventions when I was like a long time ago. So it was cool to just walk around, but there was like 1,000 booths with their own brand of pre-workout, which is basically just this vitamin juice you drink before you go to the gym, I guess. But all of it has like different types of, caffeine and stuff in it. And I drank all of them. So I'm like all over the place, and I'm actually always all over the place. So, it should be interesting.
I've known you a
And now
long
I'm
time.
gonna
I feel
see-
like the pre-workout is doing its trick.
Okay. And well, I guess we'll see how well pre-workout mixes with whiskey.
Well, I know CPR if worse comes to
whiskey,
worse.
Yeah, let's see. I was wondering that as I was on my way over here. I was like, I wonder if this stuff mixes with alcohol. But-
Speaking of mixing things with alcohol, we've decided we're going to make alcoholic peanut butter later.
Well, yeah, because I
Yeah.
did get some peanut butter protein powder that mixes into peanut butter. We're going to mix that with whiskey. It actually sounds very tasty.
Or it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I will find out. I will do that for
I
the
think
listeners.
it sounds disgusting. I think it sounds vile.
Okay, well, we'll try that later. It's going to be like our dessert
Yeah.
When we get towards
after a couple more whiskeys, I'm game for almost anything
You
except
just
you
wanna
jerking me
put-
off.
I haven't drank enough yet for either the jerk off or the peanut butter powder.
I'm really upset.
But we'll get there.
Your wife should be upset that
I'll get to the jerk off first before I get to the peanut butter powder.
you're a fucking male talent. You should be ready to go now.
Oh wait, me? No, I meant just shit. Well, yeah, okay, let's go.
Calling you out on that shit.
Not with the whiskey, brother.
Yeah, I know it's part of your ritual now not to drink before you do a scene. Mm-hmm. So depressing.
It's what happens when you get old, Matt.
I don't know anything about that.
That's because you are a god among men.
You're made of steel.
I like being lied to by my guests. does my ego wonders.
I mean, me and Aaron definitely used to drink a lot more. So I feel like now when we drink, it's like more quality than quantity.
Then what are you doing here?
Well, we're drinking Doom's whiskey. This is quality shit.
It's about to be quality and quantity.
Bam.
I mean, we are like 10 minutes into the show. How much of a dent have we put in this bottle already?
Fourth.
Yeah. Quarter of the bottle gone.
What did you put in my cocktail, Aaron?
It's a mule. So there's.
It's in a mule cup.
It is
copper
in a
cup.
mule. Yeah. Would you like to keep speaking, or would you like me to tell you what I put in your cocktail? It's what is considered basically a whiskey mule. It's whiskey ginger beer. I put 2 types of bitters in there: orange bitters and your classic bitters. I usually have a fresh lime. Couldn't find any at
I have
the
lime
store.
juice.
Do you really?
I have fresh lime juice. Well, I bottled lime juice, but
I mean, that will work in a pinch as well. And then, big ice cube and party.
It's
And
good.
here we are.
It's really refreshing. I like it.
Cool.
I like it.
Sexy.
Yeah.
so the audience wants to know. They have to know.
They have to know.
Why'd you cast me in Jews Love Black Cock?
It's true. It's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the woman responsible for my AVN nomination.
Here.
Have you been talking about your nomination?
Everyone and their mother, when they hear about it, brings it up on air.
Well, it's amazing that you have a nomination and the name of the movie is Jews Love Black Cock.
You figure I'd do one. I'm almost 10 years in the fucking business. God damn.
Yeah.
I've been around too fucking long.
But yeah, I mean, people for a really long time have been telling me, like, you should do a Jewish movie. You should do a Jewish movie. Because I don't know, people know I'm a Jewish porn star. I've actually been in so many publications because of the fact that I'm Jewish. It was not something I intended on doing on purpose. When I first started in porn, I wasn't like, yeah, how do I use my Judaism to promote my porn? Not at all what I expected. But
You don't have to. The rest of the tribe does that for you.
it's
We
true.
own the entertainment industry.
They find out where you are. But when I very first started in the industry, literally one of the first, like when I was in the business for maybe just a couple of months, really, Hebe magazine, which I don't even think is a magazine anymore. I think they're just online. Contacted me. I was living in New York, and they were doing a whole piece on the like the top 25 up and coming Jews, and they put me in there. And actually, Sarah Silverman was in that issue. I remember it was who was that guy? Is he still around? Triumph. It was like a puppet dog.
Triumph, the comic the insult dog. Yeah.
The insult dog. And
That was part of Conan. I don't know if it's still part
it's
of
not
Conan.
a bit anymore, right?
I don't think so.
But I guess the guy that did him, his voice and stuff was Jewish. I remember he was in the issue. I don't know. There was a bunch of Jews.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were all in the issue. It was actually a funny story. But I wound up being on the cover. And I actually wound up being on the cover because, well, first of all, I know they wanted to try to flatter me. Like, let's be real, a lot of the other people weren't going to show up for the photo shoot. They called me and I was like, yes, what time, where? Also, they were in New York, and I lived in New York. So, but I actually remember they wanted the cover shoot to be me and the insult dog together. And we both showed up to the photo shoot. Me and the guy who like had the puppet in this like big briefcase and all this stuff. And then he was like, who is that girl? And they were like, oh, it's Joanna Angel. She's a Jewish porn star. And then he was like, no way can Triumph be on the cover of a magazine with a porn star. And there was like this big fight on set, and I felt really awkward. And I was a complete nobody back then. I didn't know anything about any. I didn't know.
You were also a human being, not a puppet.
Yeah, it was really weird that I could,
Just saying.
I'm saying if that was a video, that would have made great content. Just Triumph talking shit to you.
Does someone have a photo of this like altercation?
It was one of those moments. I was like, how did my life like get here? And then, I don't know. The owner of Heeb, he really liked me. I don't know. We were friends, and he was just like, no, dude, Triumph, go home. Joanna Angel is on the cover. And then they put me on the cover of Heeb magazine. This was in 2005. And
over Triumph. Wow.
Yeah, and they were actually, I remember it was supposed to come out around Passover. So they had this big bottles of horseradish, and they're having me pose with the horseradish and do all this stuff. And I think they were kind of flustered because they had the whole shot planned out for me and Triumph to be together. Sorry, I went off on a tangent here, but I was just explaining to you how I became known as the Jewish porn star. And then I came up with the idea at the last minute because they were trying to figure stuff out, where I was like, how about, since, it's going to be like kind of controversial, you're putting a porn star on the cover anyway. So I laid out lines of horseradish and I was snorting them with a straw. And that was the cover of Heeb magazine in 2005. That's amazing. Yeah, it's a really, really cute cover. And at the time, I don't care, who knows. I was a giant cokehead, so it all just made sense.
I feel like your husband just learned something about you.
No, he knew him back in that day.
Oh yeah,
I'm not anymore. That's very old.
I have known you for the better part of a decade. I have never seen you do. Seen you do coke.
No, I don't.
I would happily tell my audience if I had.
Oh, I've seen you do it. It's cute.
Once in a blue moon, once every couple of years.
It's my
occasionally you trip and fall. And,
Yo,
it
Joanna,
happens.
let's bring her back out. But anyway, if anybody wants to look for the issue, it was a very funny picture of me snorting lines of horseradish on the cover of Heat magazine. And after that, people just kept being like, what's it like being in porn and being Jewish? Oh my God, you're in porn and you're Jewish, but you're not Ron Jeremy. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was this big deal. And so I just kind of being Jewish just became my thing. And for years, people were asking me to do a Jewish movie. I did a Jewish themed, I did a Hanukkah gangbang several years ago. It was 8 guys, 8 nights, where I did an 8-guy gangbang, put them in the shape of a menorah in the beginning. But that wasn't a whole movie. It was just one scene. And then I for years I was trying to think of the perfect Jewish movie. And then, I don't know, one day it just came to me. Jews love black cock. And in the plot, the first thing that came to me when I was trying to think of the plot was Fiddler on the Roof, where a rabbi is trying to marry off all of his daughters. And that's
where you come in.
Yes.
Right?
You tie the whole story together. So basically,
I am the linchpin to this fucking plot.
Jews Love Black Cock is a story about you trying to marry off your daughters, and I am a famous matchmaker. And I try to set your daughters up with nice Jewish men, but all they want is black cock. And that's what the cops are now coming.
Yeah, no, let's just shut it down.
They're like, no, that can't happen.
Nope, can't happen. Not. Jews must marry Jews. And
well, they're coming for you then. And
I was trying to think, it's kind of hard thinking in my group of friends and the people I know. I was like, who the fuck is going to play the rabbi? It's an integral role, You're basically the male lead of the movie. Yeah, you really are. you are. I mean, you're the first thing everyone sees and the last thing everyone sees. And I actually think it was Aaron that was like, what about Matt Slayer? And I was like, you're right. Because usually I don't think of you as a rabbi. I think of you and your, Cannibal Corpse t-shirt. Well, first we were just listing our friends who were Jewish. Yeah. Because we're like, well, we can't have a fucking poser in here. That can't have a goy fucking play the rabbi. Is that what they're called? It was between you and Tommy Pistol. Because Tommy Pistol looks Jewish, but he isn't Jewish. Wow, I really wanted the rabbi to be played by a real Jewish person, know? Tommy Pistol uncircumcised. That would have been totally... Yeah, that can't do you hear how you were in the running with the best actor in porn? It was between you and him, and you won. You beat him out for the part. Yeah, and I do remember actually thinking, like, oh, well, maybe it should be Tommy Pistol because he is a really good actor. And I was like, I don't know about Matt as an actor, but Matt is Jewish, so I don't know. And except for flubbing my lines a handful of times. No, you didn't. I'm actually a decent actor. But remember, you were actually stressing, and I really did respect the fact, because while I was getting my makeup done and stuff, you were like, I could tell you were visibly stressed. And I don't usually see you stressed. You're usually like cool, calm, laid back, like super confident Matt. And you were like, Joanna, what accent should I do? And I was like a rabbi from New York. And remember what I was playing you videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Who was I playing you? I don't remember. I was like Woody Allen. Like, I'm like, come on, Matt, you can do this. And then you tried a few different accents. And I was like, no, you sound Italian. You have to sound Jewish. Finally,
it took a couple takes.
It did. It took a couple takes. And I was like, you can do this. You can do this. I don't remember what. I remember playing you videos on YouTube and I can't remember what they were. But then you did it. You did it, and you did a very good job. Yeah, you really did.
I'm actually a halfway decent actor.
Yeah. Once you got in the zone, and it was really good, and me and you like played off each other very well. But what is it, Joanna? And I really do hope you win. I think you did a great job.
I hope I win too.
I know. I don't know what the competition is.
It's there.
There is no competition. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
I wish I could walk the stage for it because I would just do some epic bullshit.
I know.
Dude, that's not going to happen.
I just want to take a hit off a flask on Showtime on stage.
Well, if Jews love black cock.
If it wins, if the movie
wins something, then you can come on stage.
Because you are part of the cast.
Oh, is that a stage award?
Yeah. You know what's annoying about the AVN? Well, I mean, I'm not bitching about anything. I'm very thankful for everything I have. Thank you, AVN. But,
that's right.
Okay,
we vote on the AVNs in this household.
They announce almost every movie award on stage except for Best Comedy. I don't know why they announced like Best Drama, Best Parody. They announced all of those on stage, but they don't announce Best Comedy. They used to. I remember the last time they announced Best Comedy on stage was like basically the only year I didn't win, not to sound like a dick, but it was, and I don't know why they pulled it off the stage, because it's I've always wanted to go on stage with the whole movie cast. I've never been able to do that. I've won a couple of awards, that were awards where I just went up alone. I've always wanted to go on stage with the whole cast. It's like, woo! But I don't know why. They're like, nobody cares about the comedies.
No one wants to laugh while they jerk off.
No.
So, I don't know. Maybe they'll put it back this year, and maybe it'll win. I don't know.
Both of those would be awesome.
If that happens. If A, it wins, and B, they put it on stage, you are welcome to come up on that stage, and we can do the whole thing. I'll be like, Rabbi Mordecai, I need to thank you.
Oh, yeah, that'd be so awesome.
Can I produce a bottle of Manischewitz from my coat is the question.
You should. I would like to thank Rabbi Mordecai.
Oh, Joanna.
Joanna's about to have her 23rd child, or whatever it was, or her 18th child. But you did a great job, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really rooting for you.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
what can happen.
I wanna bring it home for Burning Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is my porno home.
Yeah. It was, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I've done the majority of my work for you people.
It's true.
Maybe the morning of, because the AVN Awards are on a Saturday. We should go to shul. We should go to a fucking synagogue.
I'm going to be way too
Vegas.
hungover for that.
We go to a synagogue and we should pray. That morning, we should go to Saturday morning services.
I will do that if we bring a camera crew. Only if we film that shit.
We can pray. I don't know.
I'm not Jewish, so I don't have to do this.
Jews pray on Saturday. The heathens, they pray on Sundays. Jews pray on Saturday.
Yeah, well, technically it's sundown from Friday.
Yeah,
sundown,
it's Friday night, Saturday morning.
Sundown to sundown.
So we should go to temple Saturday morning. We can do it in our room. We just need a minion. We need 10 guys.
Was this a gangbang? What?
I'll be at Pink Taco at the bar, and y'all can do this.
And we're gonna
no, you got to hold the camera.
We're gonna do Shabbat services.
Oh, all right.
We're gonna do Shabbat services.
We're gonna do Shabbat services.
Porno Shabbat services
and we're gonna
on film.
pray for the AVN Awards on Saturday morning. I can make it happen.
Yeah, it sounds like a wild time.
I'll be drunk. It's AVN. I don't really spend much of AVN sober.
It's much. I don't think you spend any of it. You touch down and you're already
Fair.
If I told my mom I was doing that, she would fly in just to help. She'd be she'd be very happy.
Because one thing that was missing from the story was your mother.
Hey, I've never met your mom. I'm down. I met her uncle. Her uncle showed us around Madison.
Joanna's
Yeah, that was so funny.
Joanna's family is incredible. They're amazing people.
They're amazing.
Her uncle's super about Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was really
Oh
funny.
yeah, he's like,
Uncle Millard.
and he's like the mayor.
He is. Yeah.
He took us to a fancy cheese shop. That was rad.
Yeah.
Good tour guide.
When I danced, for those of you that don't know, when I danced at a strip club in Wisconsin, Matt was my roadie, and I was like, oh, my uncle lives in Wisconsin. I have to go see him one day, and I was like, Matt, do you want to come? And he was like, yeah. And then my Uncle Miller took us on a whole historical tour of like all the sites in Wisconsin. Remember, he made us lie on the floor.
Yep, I still have pictures of that.
Did you? What was the name of the building?
That was the Capitol building.
Okay, so the Capitol building in Wisconsin. Apparently, like if you lie on the floor, what happens? Like if you look up, like that's how you get the full effect of all the art in the dome. And so he was like, "You guys have to lie on the floor. You guys have to lie on the floor." And it was all just little kids doing it. And then,
And Joanna.
And then me and Matt did it. It was awesome. And honestly, my uncle was getting so worked up about all the historical sites in Wisconsin. Like I thought he was going to.
He's a very passionate man.
He was going to start tearing up. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was very, very passionate about Wisconsin. It was
He was so passionate about Wisconsin.
I want that kind of passion about anything in my life.
It's true.
Like, I am not that passionate about this podcast, and I'm the host of it.
He was really passionate about Wisconsin. It was like amazing. He was telling us about the architecture and like
the history, former governors. It was crazy. It was fucking really nuts.
Crazy. He like started tearing up. I'm like not even joking.
That's Joanna on stage. That's not what I'm looking for.
We gotta find us on the floor.
Right. Well, I definitely have you on the floor, but not the right floor.
Didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was the polar vortex. It was like one of the record-breaking coldest winters in Wisconsin. And Aaron actually, I think, got to experience real cold for the first time New Year's Eve weekend. We were in St. Louis, and it was 1 degree. And I was actually thinking of our Wisconsin trip when it was like negative 10 degrees there. Oh my God!
Yeah.
So for the audience at home, because this is an audio format, that is I just showed Joanna a picture of her and her uncle lying on the floor of the Wisconsin State Capitol.
Yeah. The
just
afternoon,
chilling.
Yeah, the afternoon before.
Just looking up at the ceiling.
Oh, look at the beautiful artwork. See,
that
you
is
can't
nice.
really see it unless you lie on the floor.
That was taken. I was on my back.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
And there's a close-up of it.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad you kept that.
Damn.
Because I'm a weirdo. I just don't
No,
look
that
pictures.
was a really funny day, and I'm glad you got to experience it. I have a really strange family. People think like porn star families are like fucked up, but mine is like not what anybody would expect at all.
I mean, what Jewish family isn't a little fucked up?
Yeah, it's true. All Jewish families are crazy.
It's years and years of, banging within the tribe.
Yeah, it's true. It's years and years of incest.
Somebody had to say it.
I'm obviously not the first. I'm just the most recent to say it.
But yeah, Aaron got to experience real cold. I don't think, we've been to New York, but not when it was, freezing cold in New York. We've been to, Vancouver and Whistler, but we were in St. Louis over New Year's, and it was 1 degree. And Aaron was like...
Felt like I was getting, the shit beat out of me when I just walked outside.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Well, this is why I don't live in a place that hurts my face with air. That's why I don't live there anymore.
But 1 degree, for those places isn't even bad. That's when you're like, okay, it's not below 0. I can maybe.
Yeah, but with wind chill, I'm sure.
No, I know.
It was.
Yeah, there was we went somewhere. I'm like, okay, we wanted to go walk to the arch.
The gateway to the west.
And it was 10 minutes away from where we ate.
Which under normal circumstances, cool, let's go for a 10-minute
we
stroll.
walked 30 seconds down the road, and Aaron was like, nope. He just started shaking his head. He was like, nope, we can't do this. We can't do this.
I
mean, it was cold. But
I made a decision. I was like, I'm going to die if I continue on this journey.
See, this is the problem with you slimming down to do porn. If you had that extra layer that you used to, from drinking, you would have been a little better off.
I know.
And Aaron hates wearing anything other than a leather jacket, And I'm like, Aaron, you have to wear more than a leather jacket in this weather. You will die.
Which I did, and I was. I had all my layers on. I just was like, I think I'm just a pussy. I think I can't handle this.
You're a Californian.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's true.
So
You were like.
I walked
and
my
Aaron,
ass
you're
right
always
back
like
inside.
a real like you
I'm a
agree.
true-
You are a trooper. You agree to like anything
true.
that I put in front of you, but not walking.
Not when it's 1 degree out.
You found your kryptonite. The only things I've seen make you really physically uncomfortable in the entire time I've known you is the 1 degree weather and wearing a tie.
It's true. Yeah.
You cannot wear a tie. You like can't do it.
It just gives me anxiety.
It's so strange. I mean, it's just funny, like the random things that make you really
we all have
physically
our,
uncomfortable. Like you feel like you're in jail when you're wearing a tie. Like
Have you been in jail for the comparison?
It's not the same.
you look like really like stuck. You look like stuck inside your tie.
I feel like how I imagine a dog feels with like a shock collar on.
Yes, yes.
You're like, you never know which way to turn, and it's never quite comfortable.
Any second now, Joanna's going to hit the button.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know that. I mean, that's not exactly something you ever like bring up in conversation. But I remember I found out because the first time we got invited to go to the Magic Castle, and I was really excited because I was like, I've never been to the Magic Castle. I've always wanted to go. We got invited, and Aaron's like, cool. And I was like, yeah, you just have to wear a tie. And you were like, you like froze. I was like, what? Well, just put on a tie. What's like? I really didn't get it. And then after I saw him with the tie on, it was like, it was like all of his. Like what's the biblical story, like when Goliath like loses his hair, like he loses all of his he loses his power. I felt like Goliath was the other guy in the story. No, he really like it took away.
David was with Goliath.
Yeah, David was Goliath. Samson was with the hair.
Samson was with the hair, right? And then
I'm not the worst Joe in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, I am a Christian boy.
You know the Bible really well. Actually,
well, isn't your father a preacher?
Yeah. So I know my Bible.
He does.
Believe
You
me.
actually really know. You've been able to hold conversations with my mother for like a really long time about it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's magical. But yeah.
Yeah, religion.
It's a wild fucking book.
Yeah, don't ask Aaron to wear a tie. And then it's funny.
So wait a minute. I've heard this Magic Castle story. So what happened for the audience?
Well, I went on their website because I wanted to be respectful and saw that there was a whole page of dress code stuff. And I was like, okay. And I'm looking through it. And I found a couple loopholes in which one doesn't have to wear a tie. One being a ruffled shirt.
Yeah.
Now, the definition of that I have no idea about, but I...
Like one of them big ass pirate shirts or something?
Yeah, basically like
I-
an Evan Stone shirt.
I guess. Although I was fresh out of those, so I threw on my closest Evan Stone-esque shirt, rolled up to the Magic Castle, feeling like a boss. Immediately before I could even get in the door, security ushered me over to the side and said, "I'm really sorry, sir, you can't come in dressed like that." And long story short, I was forced to rent a tie for $20. Which I begrudgingly put on, and then several times throughout the night because I get so physically uncomfortable.
It was the middle of the summer too.
It was so hot. I kept loosening. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to loosen it. Like, come on. Like, I'm in now.
Yeah.
I'm inside. They
You're
can't
inside.
fuck with me
and
now.
it was like dark. We were like sitting down.
No.
It was dark. In
The
there.
magicians found out.
Several times.
They're magic. They're like,
it
whoa,
was-
whoa.
Magic. They tightened it back up like a Jedi mind trick.
Who would have thought magic at the Magic Castle?
Mind blown.
Point.
Yeah,
at you
so
from across the
I
room.
got scolded several times throughout dinner to, sir, please tighten up your tie. I'm like, are you fucking serious? There's
Yeah,
a whole room full of people, and and I was like, I get it. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not in here with a tank top on, but guys, I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you were so uncomfortable.
And so then I think I just got so drunk it didn't matter.
Always a solid plan.
And then I had a great time. To be fair, the Magic Castle show and like their whole bit is wild. I just man, me and their dress code. Whew.
I want to go. I still haven't been.
It's fun. It's fun.
You're good at wearing ties.
You'll have to wear a tie.
I'm okay. I have a whole rack of ties.
Yeah, you have a whole rack of ties.
Yeah, you rock that look.
Yeah. I mean, you did it as the rabbi.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
have
no,
a
you
tie.
didn't have a tie, yeah.
No, but
I
I've seen
what-
you in like
Yeah.
suits. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, you like...
I clean up actually pretty well.
You
Yeah,
do clean up
yeah.
well.
I've had multiple ex-girlfriends tell me that.
Yeah, you
And then they were like,
clean up well.
why can't you do this all the time? I'm like, Because I'm a scumbag metalhead.
Yeah.
I also learned, because I became real familiar with their dress code, a bolo tie is okay. So if you're into the Western thing, you can rock
What's
that.
a bolo tie?
It's
what cowboys
two leather
wear,
and the, metal bit in the middle.
Oh, like with the little,
Yeah.
the little cow,
Like think
cow skull in the middle sometimes.
like
Sometimes, yeah.
if you're a cowboy and you're dressing up to go out, you might rock one of those.
I lost my cowboy hat at some point.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I only owned that cowboy hat because I played a redneck in a naked in public scene.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Where? Like where was the scene? What city?
Rural Arizona.
Really? That's
For
pretty
Wood
cool.
Rocket, it was in probably about 5 years ago.
Oh, cool. And you just hung out with a hat on?
I played a redneck. So
a redneck has to wear a cowboy hat.
well, I was wearing a cowboy hat, a button-down shirt, and a wife beater under it, unbuttoned. My role was to teach Veruca James how to shoot a gun.
Oh, I think I remember seeing some pictures of this.
And the most ridiculous part about this whole scene is I let Veruca James shoot a real gun.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We were sober. I'm just going to put that out there. 'Cause
that makes it totally.
that needs to be qualified with
Where was the camera guy?
Probably shooting camera, no?
shooting
Well,
camera.
yeah, I know, but where did he stand?
Behind the gun?
To the left of her.
Okay.
So
He
it's
stood
a side.
directly in front of her to get the
I don't
shot.
know.
No, I very much was in control of the situation with the firearm.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
And it is honestly one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen on film is her reaction to actually shooting the gun for the first
It's
time.
really scary. I mean, I've only done it. I've only shot a gun once.
Whenever you want to go, I'll take you.
It's fun.
I only shot it once, and I start crying. I'm terrible.
Other people have had that experience
Yeah.
too, but I'll happily take you if you want to go again.
Maybe one day.
I'm not a big gun dude, and I don't own guns, but I've several, and it's fun.
It's a fun hobby.
Yeah,
It's a fun hobby.
It's super fun.
But if you ever want to go, Joanna, I will take you. I'll make sure that it's a comfortable situation for you.
Yeah, I know. If I was ever going to try shooting a gun, I would do it with you. I would totally trust you to do it.
No, I definitely was Johnny on the spot on that shit.
Yeah. No,
made sure everything went right. But when we get off air, I'll play the clip for you because it really, the look on her face is just like.
What kind of piece was it?
It was actually my gun. It was a M&P 40C. So the Smith & Wesson M&P 40 caliber. It's a small frame. I'm sure the audience at home loves me gun nutting out. It's a small frame. It's a compact handgun.
Gotcha.
And she's boom, and she's just fucking crazy. If you go to Wood Rocket and find that scene, a little hint for you. There's a point where she shoots. They're like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. They have a teddy bear set up as a terrorist.
Barris.
Yeah. And in the scene, she shoots it. She couldn't make the shot. I actually had to shoot it for her. And
really?
In post, they made it look like she hit it.
Oh, that's funny.
It's a nice Easter egg to know.
Yeah.
Hidden information.
Yeah. Porn is sometimes smoke and mirrors.
And cowboy hats.
Another part of that movie that didn't actually make the screen was Damon and Veruca banged on an American flag and Wood Rocket wouldn't air it.
No, I actually know.
Provocative.
Yeah, Kink.com. I know they had a scene that they shot in Europe that they had people fucking on an American flag, and it was no harm, It was just they were basically one of the girls was playing she was supposed to be a stupid American tourist, and so she was had a fanny pack and this and that, and then she was having sex on an American flag, and I know. When they put the scene up, they got death threats, I don't know. It's very strange of all the stuff they put on Kink.com, it's girl
Right?
getting peed on, fine. Girl fucking on an American flag, not fine. It's just that was the threshold of what offended the members, even though they really push the limit all the time on that website, it's girl chained up, getting electrocuted. That's
Electro sluts, yeah.
American flag, not okay. It's so strange that's what it took, but so it's kind of a thing in the industry. All it takes is one person, and then we all talk in porn, so everybody knows whatever. But apparently, I don't know. Apparently, people really don't like it when you.
Can we get away with banging on a Russian flag?
I mean,
But then people
define getting away with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I don't want to do it.
jail.
Look, people
Well,
don't.
no one's going to go to jail for
Yeah.
banging on an American flag either.
Yeah, they weren't burning the flag.
I think the general consensus is people don't want their flags fucked with or on.
Why?
Hey, the why? That's
Yeah.
not for me to answer. So I think the act of it itself is not a big deal, but in general, people don't want. No country wants you doggy style on their flag, like
yeah.
us included. And so, I mean, while the act, I don't think in and of itself, like whatever, but
Well, we love your we love sex. We love the flag. We're just combining the two.
again,
Yeah, people get very
I
sensitive about it, is what
understand.
I mean.
Oh, I know. I'm being
definitely-
funny.
Yeah, being like a Jew, there's like no one in my family in the American military because it's just not what any
Right, because if we were in Israel, we'd all be
Jews are
mandatory
pussy.
to it.
Right.
but
Well, my mom was in the Israeli army, but yeah, the Jews are pussies and
I didn't
go to the
realize
military.
your mom was an
Yeah,
Israeli.
my mom is Israeli. So I think
More legit Jew than me.
yeah, she grew up in Jerusalem actually.
Wow. Not even that legit of a Jew. Goddamn. My family's been here for generations. Sorry.
Straight from the Holy Land.
sorry.
Sorry. My grandfather only fought in World War II.
I think my grandfather was a Japanese soldier.
It's true.
Hey, my grandfather didn't fight in the Pacific. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely no one on my dad's side fought in anything. I think that I had a couple uncles that like ran, were hippies during the Vietnam War.
During
but-
Vietnam.
Yeah. But
I actually love
I
my-
don't. I never under. Yeah, I didn't. I guess people do get very sensitive about the flag.
Sure.
Apparently.
Sure. Well, I understand why, but
Yeah.
I mean, I understand
I
why,
would,
but
yeah.
whatever. I mean,
I would never. I would have people. I don't know. I would. That would be something I would do and be like, "What's wrong with this?" Just have a flag and be like, "All right, well, it looks cool. It's nice colors. Looks. This fits with the scene." That would totally be some fuck up I would do, and then later be like, "Oh, what's the problem? I didn't realize this was a big deal."
well, the reason
So
they
I'm glad someone else made the mistake, so I know about it. So I know not to do it. But it's one of those things where if I saw it happening, I wouldn't think it was offensive. If I saw somebody peeing on it or,
Right.
just in, doing something to show they were, doing something
Disrespecting the
discriminating.
flag.
Yeah, but if I just saw people having sex on the flag, I'd be like, oh, sorry.
Well, the
People have sex
reason-
on the floor, on the couch, on the bed, on
the
a
reason
table,
they had sex
sometimes
on
a
the flag was they forgot to bring a blanket. We were in rural Arizona, like shooting
Right,
guns in the
see?
desert.
It was
and they're
a
like,
practical thing.
they're like, where can we bang? I'm like, they asked me like, Matt, should we bang on the flag? I'm like,
Why
There's
would they?
and I'm like, of course you should bang on the flag. No such thing as bad press.
Right. Yeah.
True that.
Wait, so they didn't have a blanket, but they did have a flag?
Oh yeah, because it was a 4th of July scene.
Okay.
So they were
had a
like
flag.
running around with the flag before the sex.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've got nothing to say. That's just that.
It was my idea, my bad idea. These things happen.
No, hey, they asked you. They asked you. You gave your honest opinion.
I think it's just one of those things that no one intentionally did
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. It sounds.
And then
Like it
it
came
comes
from a
out and you're
good
like, oh, all right, well, in hindsight, maybe.
And the folks at home, don't ask me for my opinion. It's often bad.
I never ask you for your opinion.
Ouch. Ouch, Joanna.
she never asked me for
I actually
mine
never
either,
ask
so
anyone for
no.
their opinion.
No.
Sometimes I do. No, I don't.
No, not at all.
Ask anyone
She's
for
like,
their opinion.
what? There's no intro on this show? I want to introduce everyone.
Yeah.
She's like, swing that mic over to me, Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh, coming in at you live.
Yeah.
Joanna
I mean,
Angelstein
well, I
here.
don't know. It just seemed like that's the way it should go. I don't know. Anyway.
Good times, good times.
Good to know my friends are listening to my show.
We've been talking about all this dark shit. Let's talk about something.
Banging
like
is not dark.
banging on the flag and
Oh, well,
protein
I guess,
powders
yeah.
and
Protein-
pre-workouts.
Protein powders are very dark.
Is it time for protein peanut butter?
Yo, this is Joanna's culinary adventure.
Should we light it on fire? Should we flambe it?
Is
that
Doom's high enough proof to light on fire?
No, you got to be. What is it? 151 or?
Well, I mean, I know 151 sets on fire.
But that's 151 is the what the hell? Sorry, I'm leaning into the mic.
Yeah.
It's got to be higher than 100 proof because 151 is
or it's flammable.
what the fuck is it's
70,
like the
well,
number
that's
of
over
it.
75% alcohol at that point.
Yeah. I think it just has to be above 50.
Well,
And this is 50, so it has to be higher than
So
100.
if we got a 101 proof, we can set it on fire?
Honestly, there's only one way to solve this.
I got a lighter in my
Let's try
pocket.
to light it on fire.
I don't believe it lights on fire. Otherwise, I'm going to feel real lame for not knowing that my whiskey lights on fire.
It does not.
All right. I didn't think it did.
Oh, you just tried to light it on fire. Okay.
For the audience at home,
I thought you
He whipped out a lighter like a goddamn man and
Yeah,
fucking
and you
held the
just
flame to the whiskey.
put it to the test.
and it did not set on fire.
No.
I'm really bummed. Really bummed about that.
I was about to get so excited on this whole new thing I could start talking about. Man, my fucking whiskey lights on
light it-
fire.
yeah, then we can make
Flaming
cocktails. Flaming dooms.
Flaming dooms.
Just make a cocktail that you float a little 151 on the top of it.
Yeah, we could play with that. Anyway, so you're looking at me like I'm running this.
Well, you went anyway, so.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
did.
Oh yeah,
segue into
well we
the
were
next
talking
segment.
about protein powder or peanut butter powder.
Tell me your feelings on protein powder.
It's I eat a lot of it,
yeah.
A little more whiskey. I'm going to be digging into them protein chips.
Yeah.
right?
Do you have any questions for us, Matt? Do you have any?
Oh,
you don't
actual
do that
like
here.
traditional questions.
Oh, you don't do that on the air.
No,
Yo, this is a
long-form
free
conversation
This is
show.
a free.
Just hanging out.
It's not, don't make it sound like some hippie shit.
Okay.
It's not free flowing. This is a long form
an
conversation.
open-
We're just
An
three
open
friends
form.
chopping it up over some
Exactly.
fucking whiskey.
I get it.
So why did you steal all them chips?
I didn't steal them. At the LA Fitness Expo, I waited on a line and I spun a wheel
And then stole them.
and then I won them.
Did the wedge on the wheel say steal some
It
chips?
said free box of chips, protein chips. Protein doesn't just come in powder form anymore; it comes in chip form.
It's true.
They're actually kind of tasty.
They're not bad. They're not
Yeah,
bad.
they're not bad. You know, the person at the booth also recommended to crumble them up and put them in salad.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so what's
So,
what's
Joanna,
the weird?
Oh,
What's
no, go.
What do you
So-
go?
I don't- all right, so you're
Why
right.
don't you? Yeah.
Why do so much for Matt to clean up and post?
Joanna, speak over everyone, angel everyone.
She's above us. She's an angel.
I know. She can do whatever she wants. So you're at this fitness expo with all kinds of wacky ass protein chips made by science labs. What is the most strange food item you saw today? There's got to be something really weird that you came across.
Most of it was bars, cookies, cupcakes, and pre-workouts. There was the newest pre-workout that had like the biggest booth. Oh my god. Okay, they had like a giant booth and everybody was wearing neon clothes and sunglasses and they were like blasting techno music. There's a new pre-workout formula called Gym Molly.
Oh God.
Hold
That's fucking
on.
horrible.
Yes, it's called Gym Molly and the packaging totally looks like
Wait, like Molly, like the raver shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, like drugs.
Yes, and everybody was wearing sunglasses and like neon colors, and like the booth looked like a rave. And
What in
the
the
packaging looked
shit?
like raver shit. Yes, it was called Gym
So
Molly.
you, like sprinkle it into a drink? Like,
Do a rail, go do some weights,
yeah,
bro.
like-
Like, I'm gonna do some Gym Molly, and then I'm gonna do 100 fucking reps.
so do you like roll your balls off at the gym? Or?
I mean, I don't know.
Did you try Gym Molly?
I did try Gym Molly.
Did
It
you feel-
tasted exactly like every other pre-workout I tasted that day, which all kind of tastes like fruit punch.
Did you feel a sense of euphoria combined with a strong desire to bench
No,
press?
I was waiting for it to kick in. But you know what? Molly can sometimes take a couple hours to kick in. So maybe on the way home.
Anytime during
I'm
this
just gonna be
episode, all of a
rolling,
sudden,
like, whoa.
Joanna's gonna be like, I gotta do some weights. I'm on the
Yeah.
Gym Molly, yo.
But yeah, everybody at the
Gym
booth was
Molly.
like dancing. You know, they were all wearing neon clothes and they were like doing the raver dances and stuff. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
so you fit right in.
Yeah, I fit.
They welcomed you with open
completely
arms,
right
yeah.
in.
See, my question for Joanna is,
I was like a dark cloud when it came to the booth.
did you turn out any fitness models? Be like, yo, you should shoot for BA.
No.
Yeah, was there a lot of attractive people there?
There were very attractive people there.
God, I should have went.
Right?
A lot of girls.
I never
in
even
yoga
thought of it. Go to the
pants.
fitness expo. It's,
Yeah, girls.
Well, yeah, so I could look wildly out of shape.
Well, no, I meant for just people,
It was
good people
definitely
watching.
a good place to go if you wanted to feel like shit, Girls in, definitely. I'd have to say, I don't know. It would be pretty close to see the level of hotness that compared to AVN. I don't know.
I'd actually put
LA
money
Fitness-
that it's probably hotter.
Yeah. These girls, and now, what's weird?
I mean, they're all eating Jim Molly and fucking no wonder.
No, well, all those
Right?
Instagram models, dude, they had like lines of people, like really long lines of people, like waiting to get photos with them and stuff. And I was like, who are and
I know,
they
I saw-
they were the Instagram models.
I saw Ariane Celeste was going to be there.
Is that
UFC
one
ring
of them?
girl?
Oh, yeah. She was. Is she the one with the bright red hair?
No.
Oh wait,
She's a
there's
brunette.
another girl with bright red hair. That's a. She was on some
it
TV
doesn't matter.
show. Oh, what was that team? Divas, I think, right?
Oh, she's a WWE.
One of those- yeah. I don't know, but a lot of girls with giant asses in yoga pants. That
Sounds
they
like,
claim-
sounds like I spent my day
Yeah.
poorly.
Go
Joanna,
on.
where was
claim
my
they got
goddamn
from
invite?
Squats. But a bunch of girls with giant asses in yoga pants and like shredded six packs, very tan. Yeah,
And it was you and Jacqueline?
it was me and Jacqueline.
Just rolling around,
walking
just
around.
cruising for protein chips
cruising
and
from protein
studs.
chips. Yeah,
I feel like I should have been there. Like, hey, girl, you're used to a gym rat.
yeah,
How would you like a chubby Jewish dude?
Come get a taste of the other side.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll treat you right, girl.
Yeah.
That dude, he's more concerned about working out. I'm more concerned about you.
There were lots of different like egg whites. Like people,
So many
people
egg
sell
whites.
egg whites in jars, and they drink them, and they're flavored. They were like, "Do you want a?"
Flavored egg whites. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Do a lot of fitness people have like?
This
really
sounds like
bad-
the hottest but most disgusting convention of all time.
Strange.
Like, Jesus.
Definitely no alcohol anywhere.
No
Just-
wonder everyone looks so
just-
good. No one wants to eat this shit.
Oh, I would have been that dude just chugging it out of a flask in the fitness expo.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Man,
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. It was
the
a wild
fitness
time.
expo.
The fitness expo hopped up on protein.
And Jim Molly.
Yeah. What'd you do today, Aaron?
I edited some pornography.
Oh yeah.
I
you do that.
I finished writing a song for a striptease. It's really exciting.
For you?
No, I did not do the striptease.
Why not?
Adra Ray, who's a very, very beautiful young porn starlet. It's a scene with her, and
And she looks goth.
and we made her kind of goth. So I wrote some cool like kind of goth sounding music, and
She's.
I took the dogs out for a walk, and it was a real wild day.
Yep. Sounds like a wild.
Oh, I went for a run. I took a jog for
Did
about.
you drink a pre-workout before your?
Nah.
Did you do some gym molly, yo?
Yeah, dude, you're supposed to take
My
Jim
run-
Molly.
My run would have been so much better if I would have been rolling balls off Jim Molly. So,
Yeah.
Jim Molly people, send me some.
Yeah.
Jim Molly.
It's called
Sponsor the
Jim
podcast,
Molly.
yo.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of your like your podcast is sponsored by alcohol.
We can combine them both
You
and
can
see what
combine them
happens.
both. It's true.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Right? I'll do a rail Jim Molly down some dooms and see what happens.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
put it in like the little capsules and then
Capsules don't go up my nose.
no. But Molly, I think it comes in a capsule, doesn't it?
People snort Molly.
Oh, they do.
The one time I did it was a pill.
No, people do the pill. They also snort it.
Someone told me
I've
it was
been told,
Adderall.
allegedly, I don't do drugs.
Do people put it up their butts?
People put everything up their butts.
It's true. Butt's just a hole, man.
Yeah. It's a super absorbent
It's
hole.
like it's asking for it,
right?
basically.
It's just hungry. It's just like, feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Give me Molly. Or give me death.
What?
Feed me.
I think we broke Aaron. What? You're not down with Little Shop of Horrors references?
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
Oh.
I grew up very sheltered. I have a long list of. I've never seen like E.T. or a lot of classics.
Yeah, you had never seen. I remember it came on.
I've never seen Die Hard till I watched it with you.
Yeah, you never saw. And
I grew
remember-
up in a very sheltered household, man.
I remember you. Like there was like a marathon of stuff one day on TV, and Clueless came on, and you had no idea what it was.
Well,
Oh my God.
I
How
knew
did you not grow
that's
up
not correct. I knew like what they were.
No, I know, but like
I,
the movie came on, you didn't recognize it instantly.
No,
which
no.
was, you know,
Yeah.
I watched.
I wasn't allowed to watch anything that was not rated G until I basically moved out of the house.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Well, you have a lot of work to do. You have to fix it.
I've been catching up, but that's a lot of movies, man.
I don't know. I got a whole wall over there. I can hook you up.
I need the time. Talk to the boss. Make some holes in my schedule. Otherwise, I'll just be editing porn.
2 things at one time. One monitor editing porn. One monitor, watching classic
Right.
movies.
What's the first one I need to see then?
For a classic movie?
Because I basically
Oh my
haven't seen any
God,
of them.
That's a good question. Let me go back.
What genre? Like, I need it limited by genre.
Like what I missed. Like what classic?
Like, you didn't see
Like
did
late
you see like
eight-
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh
or like,
no! Well, I have now.
okay.
Because I
Okay,
like
so-
horror. movies.
Schindler's List. Have you seen
Oh my
Schindler's
God.
List?
Yeah.
Who wants to see?
But, like,
well, I
I-
bet
It's
your
It's a great
dad-
movie.
Oh God.
Like
No,
I
your dad would probably
think more like I've never seen Gremlins. I've never seen E.T.
You ever
Have you seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Because
I've
I've jerked off to
The Phoebe
the.
Cates.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
about
of
like
course.
16
Do you-
Candles and The Breakfast Club?
No to 16 Candles. Yes to the Breakfast Club.
Oh, so much John Hughes for you.
I
know.
loved 16 Candles.
Yeah, I missed a lot. I missed a
Long
lot.
Duck Dong
Yeah,
doesn't hold up so well.
good. Yeah, it's so good.
Let's see.
see,
Gross
what
Point
was my-
Blank.
You know what? I don't think I've seen
Or
that.
High Fidelity.
Well,
that
no,
was
High
later on.
Fidelity,
Yeah,
I
that's
totally
later
saw,
on. That's
yeah.
not like
Grosse Pointe is-
classic, yeah.
I've seen High Fidelity
or,
more than like any
Empire
movie.
Records.
I saw that, but way later when I
later.
like got into music. Like,
Did you ever see Edward Scissorhands?
Edward Penis Hands.
I honestly don't think I've seen it from start to finish. Really, I've seen like enough to
I saw
get it.
Edward Scissorhands in the theater.
I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a movie called Nightmare Before Christmas?
Isn't it that indie horror?
Yeah.
So for the audience at home, the reason we're all laughing about this is during Cosplay Geeks
Well, also
2.
because everybody knows what the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, yes, but
yeah.
especially because you two did a scene
Yeah, we did
based
it.
on
We did it. Yeah.
A
We
Nightmare
did.
Before Christmas.
Where Aaron was Jack and I was Sally. It was
And
like-
I sent the Instagram post you put up like a week ago to a friend of mine who's obsessed with that movie.
I'm sorry, or I don't know. How do we do?
She laughed about it. She laughed about it.
It's adorable.
It is.
It's adorable. It's like by far the most romantic thing I've ever done in porn.
And that song is a hit.
That song is a hit. It's so good. You are a musical genius.
I don't.
You are.
God, that day.
Yeah. That day.
Well, actually, she was wondering how it's like to bang in all that makeup.
Horrible.
yeah.
No, I mean, basically, honestly, the biggest pain in the ass for me that day wasn't the makeup; it was the gloves.
Yeah, you wear gloves, so you couldn't touch
because,
your dick.
Mr. Slayer, when you maybe have a minute in between sex and you want to keep your
Yeah,
Can't
keep
imagine you couldn't touch your dick at all during sex, unless
was-
it's with these giant gloves.
So I literally would just stare at my sad penis, and my own hands are like held captive, and I'm like, oh God, somebody come do something to this thing.
Too bad Fluffer isn't a real position.
Yo, that was a day where I could have used one for sure. But I mean, Joanna did a very good job of
Yes, I knew what to do.
keeping things going. So
kept-
it was fine. It was just funny because I'm like, oh my God, I'm at the mercy of you, because I literally can't even
You
jerk off
cannot
right now. I
touch
can
your
do
own
nothing.
dick. Unless you would take the gloves off.
Yeah, and that was a whole
You can't
thing.
do
And
that.
then we looked quickly on in the scene. We're like, this looks so stupid if you take the gloves off.
Yeah,
'cause
then
it's
you're not
like-
Jack Skellington.
So I had
then
to
you're
ju-
just a dude in a suit. You're not a skeleton anymore.
So the gloves were a bummer, but it looks cool as fuck. So who cares?
Yeah.
Hey, all in the name of art.
Suffer for the art.
I do remember there was like one night where I made you watch Heathers that you didn't get to see growing up. Which
Oh yeah, I
think is,
recently saw Heathers for
which-
the first
that's
time.
like
Amazing
the
movie.
most, the most important movie
it is
ever
amazing.
made.
I wouldn't go that far.
Dare I say
Pretty
it's
close.
it's Joanna's favorite movie of all
It
time.
is my favorite movie. of all
What's your favorite movie of all time, Slayer? All time. You
Yeah.
you have
If
one
only
movie.
one, and I'd pick Heathers. If I had to pick two, it's Heathers.
I can't pick one
and
movie.
Halloween
Give me 5 then.
One.
5?
Off the top of your head.
5.
Only 5.
Strange Days.
I don't even know what Strange Days.
You don't know Strange Days?
No.
Directed by
What's
Catherine Bigelow, written by James Cameron when they were still married, starring Ralph Fiennes,
Fiennes or
Fiennes.
Yeah, I know.
Tom Sizemore, Juliette Lewis. It is a cyberpunk movie set in New Year's Eve, LA, 1999, when it was written in 95. So there's a whole lot of Y2K end of the world shit
Oh, that's
going on
cool.
in the movie.
I haven't seen this either,
I
actually.
haven't seen that.
It has a lot of 90s cheese in it. Ray Fiennes, Tom Sizemore, Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis.
I love Juliette Lewis.
Oh, she
Yeah.
plays kind of a ex-prostitute, like turned musician in it.
She's awesome.
One of my favorite movies. I actually have a tattoo from a quote from the movie on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the-
So that one says, "Paranoia is just reality on a finer scale," which is from Strange Days.
Oh.
Which also applies to my life. But
Well, shit. Okay. Strange Days.
Okay,
Add
keep
it to the
going.
list.
All
Yeah.
right.
Strange Days. Let's see.
Or just give me a couple. All right. That seems to be a very clear.
Yeah, no, that's a clear winner. Pulp Fiction.
I have seen that. Great movie.
Good. So, for the audience at home, one of the things I define as a movie that, in my top, is a movie that whenever it comes on, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Strange Days, Pulp Fiction. I love movies, so it's so hard.
I
It is
know.
really hard. I get it.
For the audience at home, I have a wall of movies. Like, just, that whole wall is all mine.
That's a lot.
Did you see Disaster Artist yet?
I did. I saw it in
So
theaters.
good,
It
right?
was so good. The Room is coming back. I gotta go
I know.
see
No.
it.
Do you know when it's coming back soon? Isn't it?
Very
So
soon.
they said sometime in January they were going to put it in the theaters. We should.
Hopefully
all
it's
go.
not during AVN. Let's go.
I would love to see
I'll
it
leave
again.
AVN to go see the room. I'm fine with
I'm
it.
down. I'm down.
It's basically.
Joanna still hasn't seen
Yeah, I
it.
haven't seen the whole thing. No, I've only seen clips of it. Like all the clips on YouTube are like best ofs and and stuff like that. I haven't seen the whole thing.
So I still have like
Yeah, you have
3
more to go.
movies.
Sorry, I
Fuck.
interrupted.
Yeah,
you,
it's all
which I
good.
do
You
all
give
the
me time to think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was buying you some time.
Yeah.
I'll buy you more time. Tony
Please.
Harding movie was really great. It was so good. Another thing Aaron didn't know, I was like, there's a movie about Tanya Harding. He was like, what? I was like, oh my God, your parents didn't let you watch anything. Not even the news.
I'm gonna go watch that tomorrow probably.
You know what? I watched the shit out of some Disney growing up and anything that was Jesus related.
Dude, I really felt so old watching that movie because when they were playing the footage, like the actual footage from the news and stuff back then, I clearly remember it happening. What year did that happen again? It was like
In the 90s.
yeah, so I was like 10 years old. 10, 11, 12, what year was the incident? What year was
91.
Okay, yeah, so I was 11 years old. So I remember it pretty well. And it looked so old, like them switching back to it, it looked like we were watching some vintage thing, I was like, oh my God, I'm old. I clearly remember this happening on TV.
You're only 90 days older than me, so
Yeah. So you'll see. I'm sure the movie will.
the youngin' over here.
And it was
Bam, bam, bam.
interesting because one of the guys speaking in the movie was one of the guys that worked at, remember that TV show, Hard Copy? And I guess I didn't realize Hard Copy were the people that like basically broke that story, and they were a very disrespected news source.
Yeah, like them in a current affair.
Right, yeah, and they were known as like the trashy news source that only reported gossip and stuff like that, but they were the ones that, so they... Then all of a sudden everybody was watching Hard Copy, and he was being interviewed, and it was very funny in the movie. He was like, we were a very not respected news source, but now all the other news sources are just like what Hard Copy was back then. Everything is just...
Well, it's crazy. TMZ is a super credible news source.
It
these
is,
days.
it's true.
Like if TMZ breaks something, like I believe TMZ over Fox.
It's true.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
right.
and they're the first on the scene for a lot of shit
are.
now.
Well, because they pay.
It's true. They do pay.
So 3 more movies.
Okay, 3 more.
Unforgiven.
Great movie.
Just rewatched that recently.
Dun, dun, dun. And Jews love Black Hawk.
Well, yeah, he's got 2 more. Obviously, number 5 was gonna be.
You know, I've
Jews
never
Like
actually watched the whole movie.
You should.
It's
Do you
in
have a
those
copy
boxes
of it?
over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know there better be. Yeah. You should watch it. It's really funny. Just watch the intros. You don't have to watch the sex if you don't want to.
Yeah,
you can
I
watch
really-
some of it if you want
Sex
to.
is pretty hot.
Yeah,
The best line in the movie
I'm not in it.
is Mandingo sounds like bingo.
I mean, why wear a shirt in your own house?
It's the part of the movie when I meet Mandingo and I say, Mandingo! Sounds like bingo. It's very funny.
It's a real intellectual joke there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Highbrow
Jews
humor.
do love Jews love bingo, so
Just old ones.
yeah, just old ones.
Something to look forward to.
No, I'm not going to live that long.
They like bingo and mahjong. Mahjong.
Mahjong?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, old Jews do love mahjong.
they love it.
I have my great aunt's mahjong set in my trunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of the things. Like when she died, they're like, "Oh, it's the most morbid thing ever." When she died, they're like, "Go through her house, see what you want." I snagged the mahjong set,
Yeah.
and they gave me shit about it. They're
love
like,
it. It's
"You don't
a-
play mahjong?" I'm like, "Yeah, but this might be."
It's
worth
not a
something."
card game. It's
tiles.
Yeah.
And also later, when you get old and you want to play
And
mahjong,
you're gonna have
like
the urge-
all old,
Yeah, one day you're gonna wake up with an urge to play it.
yeah, and you'll be already
Yeah,
set.
you'll be
I
set.
love that you guys think I'm gonna get old. I love that shit.
One day, maybe.
One day.
You think I'm gonna make it to old age? I love that. I love that you guys think I'm gonna.
Or
make it
maybe
that
you'll
We have
just
faith
be
in
young and spry and want to play mahjong at some point.
long. Like tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing tomorrow? Let's play some mahjong.
If you got the urge, you got it.
I should learn how to play it now. My day's coming any day now.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Whatever.
We should get good. We should get good at it so that we can, get.
So we end
get
up
a
in the
side
Jewish
hustle.
retirement home?
Yeah, exactly. Then we can kick everyone's ass. Anyway, you still have 2 more movies to make. We've bought enough time for you.
It's
Fine.
true.
Sin City.
Okay.
Interesting.
I
really?
love that movie.
I mean, I love it too, but that's like a all-time.
Your favorite movies are all over the place.
Well, yeah. I appreciate many things and many arts.
You like variety.
I love that movie. I'm a huge fan of the graphic novels, and the way they translated it to screen was fucking phenomenal.
Okay, fair enough. No, I'm a fan of the movie too. I think it's visually like gorgeous,
Yeah. Too bad
and the adaptation is pretty spot on.
the sequel was a hot turd.
The sequel is shit.
Yeah, I never saw it. I don't think I ever saw it.
A Dame to Kill For.
I watched it on a plane and fell asleep.
I was so excited for it. But the problem was there weren't enough Sin City books to actually make up a whole nother movie. So they wrote original content just for the movie, and everything that was direct, from the books was actually pretty good. The original content, which was mostly there to give Jessica Alba more screen time, really, really bad.
Right. What can you do?
Not
we
watch it.
always have Sin City, the OG, number one.
Right. And last but not least, you know how hard this is for me?
I do, because I'm looking at this wall o movies right here, and it is massive.
Your
Yeah,
own show.
I'm freaking...
asking you the hard question.
Right. No, this is really a hard question. Because I want, part of me.
Okay,
wants to be,
let's do this.
No, I'll come up with number 5. But part of me wants to be a poser and name some classic
See, but
Woody
nah,
Allen movie
see,
or
I
some
don't-
shit.
Yeah,
let's,
yeah. No,
but I'll make it.
Blazing Saddles.
Hey, let's do
Mel
this.
Brooks is amazing.
Yeah, no, I know.
You got one left. How about what is like a movie that changed your life for your last one? So that way we don't need any of this, classic stuff. Just what's something that after you saw it, you're like, holy shit, my life is different now.
I mean, it's kind of douchey, but Inception was a.
It's not douchey.
It's not douchey. It's douchey about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes in that movie.
Yeah, but see, what I'm saying is
Visually, it's so
you don't have to defend it or explain it. Just if that's the one where you're like, you walk down, you're like, fuck,
well,
you know?
that or Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Scott Pilgrim
Really?
versus the World. I love that fucking movie.
Wasn't that the same people that made Napoleon Dynamite or something? No.
Is that the one
Edgar
about the
Wright
kid who plays
directed
in the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pieces of it.
It's another comic book movie. It just Edgar Wright's treatment of it and how silly but not silly he made it was fucking phenomenal.
Cool.
It's one of the few movies I've seen multiple times in the theaters, like not in a revisited thing. Like I've seen Pulp Fiction in the theater multiple times.
Right.
I've seen The Matrix in the theater multiple times, but those were like on multiple runs. Like I went and saw Scott Pilgrim 2 times in the same week.
Interesting. And that's you. No one. You don't do that often. Go see the same movie again, no matter how good. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that in my life. Have you ever seen a movie twice in theaters, and not just because like your friend wanted, like you wanted to go again?
I know I have done it. I just
'Cause that's
can't
huge.
remember what movie it was. I know I have though. I can't remember which one.
That's cool because I would have never thought Scott Pilgrim versus the World would even.
It's
come
an
up on
amazing film.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it is. It just that's
You haven't
cool
seen the
that
whole thing?
No, I'm so behind, dude.
I'll give you the Blu-ray.
You don't watch that many movies.
I don't have a lot
we
of
watch
time.
more TV shows than movies. But
So,
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
times
hand you
when
the
I put on
Blu-ray.
Movies, you fall asleep. And I'm like,
Aaron, I'm giving you the Blu-ray when you leave tonight.
we don't even.
Okay.
Do we have a Blu-ray player?
Yeah, we do.
To give you an idea, I have a digital copy, a Blu-ray copy, and a DVD copy.
Wow.
So whatever format you want it.
So you really paid.
You're like, I have it on a thumb
And you-
drive, a hard drive.
No, I don't pirate movies.
Laser
I believe in
disc.
supporting people's IP.
floppy disk,
I pay for my shit.
fucking
VHS,
Dropbox, the cloud, Bluetooth.
cassette tape.
I got the sheet music.
Yeah.
Actually, does have a really good soundtrack.
Well, I remember why I kind of picked up on it on my radar because all the bands in it were
No,
really good.
great performances. It's a really good movie. Have you seen Baby Driver?
I haven't seen any of these movies.
Baby
I've
Driver.
seen all
Yeah,
of
No.
these
it's
bits
Edgar
and
Wright's
movies.
most recent.
Okay. No, I
It's a heist flick. A lot of people love it. I think it's okay.
all right. Baby Driver.
It's got Kevin Spacey before he was disgraced.
Some of his
Once
last
upon
work.
a time.
Right before he decided to diddle little boys.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, he actually really.
Well, I think he had
Yeah, he
decided
did
he
it
was doing it
first.
then. I think
He
he just
just-
hadn't been found.
Before he got caught
yeah.
diddling little boys.
Touche.
Jamie Foxx, John Hamm.
Cool.
It's technically a heist flick. It's a fun movie. What kind of undid it for me was I did a Q&A. I watched it with a Q&A with Edgar Wright
Okay.
at the ArcLight. And Edgar, the director's treating it like a serious heist flick.
Okay.
And it's definitely not.
Is it comedic?
There's comedic parts. He does a really great job of scoring action to a soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like every action sequence goes to a full song. Like they play the full song in the action sequence.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell, there's one action sequence where the song isn't long enough for the whole action sequence. In the movie, the character rewinds the song.
That's clever.
Yeah, the shit's clever, but it's not a serious action flick.
Gotcha.
Or a serious crime flick.
Okay. Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Well, what else is
So for you guys, top 5. Just put me on the spot.
my
like
God.
you just put me on the
Now
spot and
we
not
have to
answer the
do
question
this?
yourself.
Well, Joanna said Heather's was one.
Yeah, Heather's was one. Oh my god, I really have to pick 5. The Craft. I have such
Why are you
predictable taste.
also?
For the audience at home, she definitely did a craft porno at one point.
Yeah,
I used to masturbate to The Craft
it's
a lot.
such a great movie. But sometimes I will watch a movie and acknowledge that it's really bad, but I love it. Like there's some Jennifer's Body was such a bad movie, but I love that movie. I will watch it anytime it comes on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I have I don't know, but okay, but then I should pick things from like the other side, like movies that are actually good.
Why?
Whatever you enjoy.
These are
That's
your.
the-
These
that's
are
the
what.
important part.
Yeah. These are.
Strange Days does not win any Oscars.
Yeah,
I just
right?
really enjoy it.
Yeah. If you like it, then it's valuable.
I'm so strange. I'm trying to think back to like movies I've been. Like,
Oh my God! Yeah, picking The Craft.
See, it is fucking hard.
strange. No, I know. When I was in college, I used to like nonstop be obsessed with watching like Nazi propaganda films from like.
Not where I thought this was going.
I don't think I was just like really like.
So like.
But I studied. I did have. I took a whole
I
class.
said
on
movie.
that,
Like,
so
was there
yeah.
a title
I
to
know, I
this,
was
or was
just
the B-roll?
All right, let me think of movies. Okay, then Halloween. Yeah, Halloween,
Vacations in
The
Munich.
Craft, Heathers, Mean Girls.
You do love Mean Girls. Another movie I had never seen until I was with Joanna.
Can I just lump
Die.
all of the Die Hards
No.
into one
You can
category?
you can lump Die Hard 1 through 3, 4 and 5, or other things.
That one,
Which
there was
one?
one that was atrocious.
Oh yeah, there was one that I'm not even gonna acknowledge was a Die Hard.
What the Russian one?
Yeah, it had like
Which
no,
one?
and it looked and felt very different, and like
Everything past 3 is Live Free or
I
Die
know,
Hard, or
I really Live Free. Which one was the one? It was the newer one that Kevin Smith was in it.
with
Live Free or
Justin
Die
Long.
Hard.
Yeah, I really liked that one. I thought it was really good.
All right.
I loved that one, but I liked all of them.
I think your wife likes Bruce Willis.
Yeah, no, she does. Joanna loves Bruce Willis.
She's awful quiet right now thinking about Bruce.
I know, she's-
No, I love his character in that movie. I actually
love his
don't.
character.
I do love his character in Die Hard. He's like yippee-ki-yay.
This is classic of what someone would say when
Right.
they're just
Yeah.
trying to.
Which is
So what's your thoughts on Hudson
I only
Hawk?
read it for the articles.
It's very difficult. I don't know. I named a bunch of movies.
Aaron, it's on you.
I named Die. I just fill the rest of the slots up with Die Hards. Die Hards, Halloweens,
And
then
you
The
said
Craft,
Heathers.
and Heathers.
Yeah, that's.
Pump up the volume.
And
Yeah, Christian
Mean
Slater.
Girls.
I loved that movie. I mean, these are movies that like changed my life. Like,
Yeah.
I think I became a different person. Like, Pump Up the Volume and Heathers like literally got me through high school. Natural Born Killers.
Oh, I love Natural Born
Yeah,
Killers. I saw
I love
Natural Born
that
Killers in the theater. I snuck in.
Wow. But
Around that time, I saw Natural Born Killers in the theater. I saw Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai in the theater. I saw,
Oh, that was so good. Ghost Dog. I remember that.
fuck yeah, I saw American Psycho in the theaters. I saw 12 Monkeys in the theaters. Oh, goddamn, well, how did I miss 12 Monkeys? Fuck. 12 Monkeys.
Oh,
God, I
shit.
gotta bump something off the
Thought you was a
something off the list.
cinephile.
well, what about
Gotta bump
you,
something off the
Aaron?
list. I love 12 Monkeys.
Fair enough.
Aaron, to you, sir?
See, I'm the opposite. I know mine because mine hasn't changed in forever.
Oh, okay. When
Because
is
you've
it?
watched like 14 movies?
Yeah, because I have seen
Yeah,
like
you've
no
seen
movies.
it.
This is Spinal Tap, #1.
Oh,
Famous
that's a really good movie.
Solid.
movie changed
solid.
my life. I think it's one of the funniest movies of
It
all
is,
time.
it is.
Also, I think it is the best rock and roll movie of
Yeah,
all
it
time.
is really good.
Jailhouse Rock, Elvis Presley, because I used to watch that and fucking stare at how he looked and what he dressed.
Oh, you would never think that.
Your parents, let you like
well,
watch his hips.
And also, growing up in a very sheltered household, I was allowed to watch old Elvis movies because there's no cursing in them. Really, there's no nudity. There's no nothing. in
But the
them.
hip movement.
Well, that
He was-
slid by.
But he, yeah.
And then, honestly, Grease is one of
Really?
that movie made me like
Summer loving.
it further
Ride me
it
up
further
last.
continued my love for like Elvis and like all the rock and roll shit. But then I was like, oh, John Travolta's like a cool looking dude. Like Danny
So
Zuko's a cool guy.
You liked
Like,
watching a movie about people falling in love in high school, and I liked watching movies about people killing people in
yeah,
high school.
exactly. Do you sense a pattern here?
Or full on genocide.
What's wrong with me?
I mean, for the audience at home, I had to learn a bunch of songs from Grease in musical theater classes that I took in high school.
Yeah, well, again, now that I'm like, when I was young and I wasn't allowed to watch much, little things just grabbed me in a different way, and I was allowed to watch old shit. So also like the original like King Kong movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, like the old one, because it was something I was allowed to watch that had like a monster or was kind of like whatever. But also I would go to my grandpa's house and he had VHS tapes, just like racks of them. That, but bootleg, like he would tape movies off HBO and stuff back in the 90s.
We all did that shit.
And he had a collection of old monster movies, and he would let me and my brother borrow them. Like it was a library. We'd check them out from. Also, how I saw my first pair of titties and saw my first
I
porno.
know this is such a funny
Wait a
story.
minute. Come on. How'd that
So
happen?
see how I'm segueing in this, and I just
Yeah.
blew through that 5. Boom. So
Well, look at you, all Mr. Fancy Pants.
Godzilla, the original one, like the very first whatever black and white one, rented it, borrowed it from my grandpa, VHS, taped it off, whatever, watching it, fall asleep on the couch with my brother. video keeps playing. All of a sudden, a Skinamax movie comes on that my grandpa had taped and not
So
stopped
crazy.
taping. And I'm like 10 or something.
You're
And
like,
I don't, and all of a sudden I was just like, I didn't even know what was happening, but I knew, I was like, I need to keep, something is going to go down. The music, and I remember vividly exactly like what the scenario was. And it was something like 80s, you know, because I remember there were tan lines and like frizzy hair. And this girl rolls in and she's like, do you want me to put on some music? And she like goes over to a record player, and then he's like a businessman. He's like, I really have to be going back to work. Like lunch is almost over. And then she just goes boom and pulls her tits out, and she's like, really? And then the like music kicks in,
awesome.
and he's like loosening his tie, and then I'd never seen like boobs before, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And my little brother is sleeping next to me on the couch snoring, and we're like, you know, we're kids. I'm like, stay the fuck asleep, dude. And I'm just like watching this, and you know, like later I learned how to jerk off and stuff. But yeah, so
funny.
bam,
Titties.
titties.
Now you-
Titties.
Now you are that man in a suit, trying to
Not
go
a
back
not a
to
tie
work.
though.
Tie.
Yeah, so good times. Thanks, Gramps.
Anyway, so you like the whiskey, man?
No, I hate it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
can
some more.
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible.
Actually, I need ice before I go for another round.
You want me to ice you?
We can pause for a moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's pause.
Try some of them protein chips.
Okay.
And we're back on the podcast, so.
So yeah.
So we have powdered peanut butter that we're going to mix with whiskey and see how the fuck this goes.
Yeah, peanut butter and whiskey. Does that go together? Is it like a pastry? Is it a dessert? Okay, but first
There's only
of all,
one way to find
this
out.
is peanut butter powder. Okay.
Yeah, Joanna, explain
Well,
what.
I saw it. Somebody
the hell
do
is
it
this?
at the show. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of powder with 1.5 tablespoons of water. All right, so I'm gonna take this. You guys can give a play-by-play. Okay, I thought
There we go.
somebody else could.
Totally not facing the camera. That's cool.
I'll open it up for the camera.
Open up for the camera, Joanna. Come on.
You know this game, Joe.
Okay, dude. Okay, I'll take the water. Oh wait, do you have a spoon?
Spoon,
Yeah.
spoon, right there.
Okay, let me do
Right
this.
here.
1.
How much whiskey are we adding to this?
I don't really know. Wait, let me
A little over half the bottle's gone.
let me make this into peanut butter. Okay,
Add the whiskey
Magic.
before you make it peanut butter. Come on.
hold on. Let's
There's a process
let
here.
me process.
All
I
right.
just don't know if any of us know it.
I don't think any of us really do.
This looks just like fucking puke.
What is wrong with you, Aaron? You and your negative attitude. You don't believe in the power of peanut butter powder. Huh? See, look, it's peanut butter.
Now add whiskey.
Okay, now I should add whiskey because it does need a little more moisture.
Right.
So you're gonna add whiskey.
So we're going to add Dooms. Trademarked.
Trademarked.
Joanna, she's free pouring it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now we have some whiskey.
Stir it in.
there.
Yeah, I mean, it says on the bottle, add whiskey.
Add specifically Dooms brand whiskey.
Yeah.
Whenever I eat protein peanut butter powder, I add a dollop of 100 proof whiskey
Okay,
to
well,
it.
now we might need
Right.
a little more powder.
Okay, now it actually is starting to look like peanut butter, though.
Yeah, I know. Do you get it? Then isn't that great?
Do you
You
get-
just have it in your house forever. You know, like you don't need to keep peanut butter anymore. You
In
just
the nuclear apocalypse, we have peanut butter powder.
exactly. You
And
just
radiated
add
water.
water, and then it takes out the Basically, it's never mind. The guy explained it to me. Should we add
it's-
more? Let's add some more whiskey, maybe.
To the audience at home, I'm sorry about the crunching noise. I'm eating protein chips off mic. I'm trying to.
Here. Well, now that you've established it, you can just
I'm leaning away from the mic while I chew.
establishing sound. Now, if
And
they
then
hear it
we're gonna add
later.
a little more powder.
Add whiskey, add powder, add whiskey, add powder.
Meanwhile, Joanna is just mad scientisting this.
Yeah, I am. It's a new recipe. I'm a chef. Don't mess with me. There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Do you feel like you're on an episode of Chopped?
Yes, I do.
Your star
Where my
ingredient.
only ingredients are protein powder.
Protein, peanut butter powder, and Doom's whiskey.
No.
Go.
I'll drink to that.
Salud.
Cheers.
Oh, and water.
Okay, I don't think you're actually supposed to put whiskey in here. So it's
You
like
just-
We just realized that.
okay, well, it's a little bit soupy. I like my peanut butter kind of crunchy.
How would you like your peanut butter? Chunky, smooth, or soupy?
Yeah, well, but Aaron,
Or 100 proof.
do you see how it works? Do you see the beauty of peanut butter powder? There was a really long line to get this. This is very popular.
So, what once was simple peanut butter powder has now been transformed into
Whiskey
soup.
peanut butter powder. What?
Whiskey soup?
It's whiskey peanut butter soup. Yeah, I guess the whiskey doesn't really bind it together the way water does. So maybe I'll just add more powder.
Am I the guinea pig on
At,
this
so-
shit?
Yeah,
at
you're the
some
guinea
point,
pig.
you're going to have to just taste it, Joanna.
At some
I know.
point, Slayer's on this.
Okay. Yes, I
All right, yeah. I feel like if you just keep adding, you're just going to keep making more and more soup.
No. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. I think there's like about a shot of whiskey in there. No, this is good. This is the right consistency. We're really on to
Oh my
something
God.
here.
Well, this isn't a now we drink first.
Yeah, because
Like,
now
this
we're
has never been a cooking show before.
now we eat and drink.
I'm tasting it.
Wait, I thought it was
Oh
going to be
yeah,
the guinea
let
pig.
Matt taste it.
Okay. It's your house. You're right. You're the guest. I'm the guest. You're the master.
Joanna doesn't even know where she is.
Joanna is high on Jim Molly, peanut butter protein
And
powder,
Doom's.
and Doom's 100
go.
proof whiskey.
Oh, baby food for Slayer.
Happy Sunday night. Oh my God, look at it. It looks like shit.
It looks like shit. Doesn't
peanut
smell much
butter.
better. It does not smell much better.
Peanut butter
It-
does
it-
not look. It's not the prettiest food
It
on the
looks
face
like
of the earth.
soupy peanut butter.
No, it's a little bit thicker now.
It does look like peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking.
Or baby shit.
Soupy peanut butter.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of whiskey in it. I guess I should have.
Listen, she's going to run down the ingredients list like there's anything except whiskey, the powder, and water. Well, there's a little bit of whiskey and then water and the powder.
Are we going?
My
Joanna,
whiskey
lean over
peanut
here.
butter souffle. Can we just light it on fire?
God damn it. You want to light everything on fire all the time.
I think we're in video mode, not.
Oh, well then. Okay, here. And we're going.
Okay,
All right.
let's see what happens.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Joanna, get back in the video.
Oh. How's the whiskey peanut butter? Matt, you will eat anything.
This is true.
He's so bummed.
I've seen you eat like.
On mic,
Yeah.
on mic, Joanna,
You
please.
would eat like a burger that fell on.
Joanna, talk
Joanna,
to the
on mic,
microphone.
please.
You would eat like a hamburger that fell on the concrete.
Yeah, it'd be
sidewalk.
better than this.
Oh my god, my whiskey peanut butter souffle.
This is why, folks, you should just drink whiskey
yeah.
on its own.
Okay,
Leave
I'm
the
gonna
peanut
try.
butter to the children and the
Taste
sandwiches.
the whiskey at all?
Oh yeah, I could definitely taste the whiskey.
Oh really? Do you just not like peanut butter?
Oh, I like peanut butter. Wait till you try it. Don't film Joanna trying it.
Wait, no, hold on. Tell me more, Joanna, about how delicious this concoction is. And look, there's only 50 calories, though.
Oh, the
doesn't
sour
that make
face
you
I
feel-
made is
that
nothing
make-
compared to that.
Here, well, let me try it now. Here.
All right, hold on.
I
I
gotta
don't
try
think
this
you're
shit.
supposed to mix whiskey and peanut butter.
It's
Okay,
not.
you know what?
God,
I bet if like chocolate was in there too.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You're a great actor, sir.
No, I can feel the burn. Okay, you know, I bet if it was like inside of a cake.
Here's
it would
what
be
we.
good.
Here's what you're gonna do with this. I'm gonna save this right now.
Okay.
When you make s'mores next time,
Yeah.
over the chocolate, just drizzle a little of this, seal it with your marshmallow and your graham cracker, and this will kind of melt into it, and the melting will dull a little bit of that alcohol burn. You'll get the peanut butter to the chocolate all melted
It's
up.
true.
The alcohol
Boom.
burn wasn't that bad.
If it was inside of a cake, it would be good, or you know, or something.
Or just ignore everything I just said and put it in a cake.
Fair
No,
enough.
it wasn't.
Fair
I was adding to what you said.
Now that we've done with the gimmick
I was
for the
going with the
episode,
s'more thing, but
Yeah,
if you
no.
want to go with the cake
Can we light
thing-
it on fire?
Not
What, the
high enough
peanut
proof.
butter?
It won't light
We
on
need
fire.
a higher proofage peanut butter to light on the
You don't
fire.
have like a creme brulee torch?
Aaron, I think Joanna's a little drunk.
She is like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, yeah, well, that's
Cheers to that.
I'll drink to that.
We got Joanna Angel drunk.
Joanna Angel sauced on her own, high on her own supply.
I'm also very high on Jim Molly. I think the Molly's kicking in.
The Jim Molly.
The Molly is some rolling hard, guys.
Yeah, she's gonna start doing squats and
Yeah. But like touching myself while I.
We have also killed
So wait, do
over
you
half
like
a bottle of
the peanut
Dooms.
butter? Do you like the peanut butter, Aaron?
I don't know. I don't know.
there's no peanut butter on this table. There's this stuff here it's okay.
Are you gonna eat it?
Probably not with the whiskey, but at some.
It was a good
I can
experiment.
feel
No.
the whiskey. It's
Yeah, we all. I think the world can.
I think the world hears the whiskey.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good. I'm glad you like your own product. That's
No,
a fucking
I
amazing.
like it with the peanut butter.
Your face says otherwise.
Maybe just like when I first ate it, I didn't.
And for the minute following.
Yeah, I like the aftertaste. Okay, it happens sometimes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
All right.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Peanut butter powder.
Peanut butter protein powder and
Coming soon to a gourmage.
Dude, there was such a long line to get that stuff.
Coming soon to the craft services table at Burning Angel.
Yeah, right. Well, no, I think this peanut butter powder is cool. I just somehow think that
it's not
spooning whiskey into it maybe isn't the
this
best
is
thing.
called
Or maybe it
And
is.
Now We Drink. When we go on a podcast called And Now We Eat Peanut Butter, we won't put.
Where are you going with this one, huh?
That's my new podcast. Fuck, and now we drink, and now we eat peanut butter. Fuck this drinking bullshit. We're just gonna try peanut butter, and chunky, smooth,
Powdered.
Jif, powdered,
Gluten-free.
nothing but peanut butter.
Yeah, nothing but peanut butter.
I like
You're not allowed to drink on this show anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing but peanut butter.
it. Every guest that walks in gets a bowl, a
And then
spoon,
when you
and some
run out of peanut
butter.
butters, you can do almond butters, cashew butters, nut butters, sun.
No water.
The Butter Podcast.
Yeah. And then it'll just be butter.
No, yeah, it'll dumb itself down and it just sticks of butter.
I think we got Joanna drunk.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I'm high on. It's Jim Molly and peanut butter and unicorn.
What?
There was a unicorn bar at the.
Wait, like a bar where unicorns were the bartenders,
No, it was like a.
Like
or a bar for unicorns,
Yeah.
where only unicorns are allowed in.
So-
Yeah,
to the
only
bar.
unicorns can eat it.
A
but they let
unicorn-friendly bar, if you will.
So if I win the AVN, that is going to be my acceptance speech.
What?
This is brought to you by Jim Molly, Unicorn Bars.
But wait, was there or was there not a unicorn bar at
No, it
this?
was no, like it was like a protein bar that looked, was all different colors.
Oh, bar.
Yeah, like a
No,
bar.
there was no bar with
Like
alcohol
a
at this
Cliff
expo.
bar
But there was
or a
lots and
granola
lots.
bar.
There was like 100 different kind of
Fruit bar.
protein bars.
And this one was made out of unicorns.
This one was made out of unicorns, made for unicorns by unicorns.
Do you want to mix whiskey in that too?
No, I actually did not buy that one. I didn't like it, and I thought it was stupid.
Do you think that unicorns are real? You took too long. Next question.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
They must be real somewhere. Anyway,
Smooth. So continue.
no. That's the end of that sentence, and it's not going anywhere else.
Sorry, your host is drunkenly eating protein chips.
It does happen.
There's so much protein going on here.
So much protein over. Oh, God. Protein recharge. Now this would be a protein recharge.
Yeah, this would be a protein recharge.
We're eating protein
Actually,
and
a
nothing
protein
and drinking
recharge.
carbohydrates.
We are charging, yeah.
Oh, look on the side of this peanut butter powder. It says "Blend me, shake me, bake me."
Ooh,
it's very cute.
sexy.
Blend me, shake me any way you. 90% less fat.
So let's try to
Bring
get
this
back on topic.
Oh yeah.
Let's back on topic.
What projects does Burning Angel have coming up?
Oh, I always have lots of projects coming up.
What
But,
specifically?
What are next movies
Joanna's like,
coming out?
So Joanna did a gangbang recently. I'll step in here, even though I was not.
I was trying. I knew I did something big recently, and I couldn't remember what it was.
She is drunk.
She's like, a bunch of cocks. Just another day.
I did a gangbang. I haven't done one since my Hanukkah gangbang, which was like 6 years ago. So
I
did a
remember that
gangbang,
shit.
And I was in my gangbang. I had a whole suspension crew / freak show performance art thing going on in back of the gangbang. So I was doing the gangbang, and right in back of me, people were suspending, breathing fire, pole dancing, whipping each other.
Why not do a suspension gangbang?
Because that just is not what I want to do.
I'm sure you can find a performer who would.
Yeah, but it's like, I think that's beyond like then I think something's going to be sacrificed. Either the suspension won't be that good or the gangbang won't be that good. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a badass suspension going on and a badass gangbang going on at the same time. You know what I mean? Sometimes things don't have to be mixed, okay?
Like peanut butter and whiskey?
Kind of a health violent, you know, because you could be like bleeding and then having sex.
Everyone's tested.
That's just not okay, Matt.
I don't know.
People shouldn't be getting, blood on them on set. That's just not
Hey,
okay.
if someone's on their period,
It's different than blood coming out.
Why? It's blood. It's just all blood.
Oh my God, Matt.
Wow, this is a sexy conversation.
I know,
It's
right?
really making me want to drink whiskey.
I mean, somebody's into it.
You know what? Touche.
I don't want to be the one to shoot that.
Not here, sir.
And I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm very excited about it.
When's that coming out?
Probably April, springtime. It's a good time for weddings.
Just in time for
weddings
Easter?
and gangbangs.
Like, hey kids, find the eggs, watch the gangbang.
Gangbangs be in bloom.
So that was cool. I think we've got this month. I think we have a Daddy Fuck My Ass 2 coming out.
Because one wasn't enough.
Yeah, because one wasn't enough. More people had to do that. Fuck their daddies.
It was so nice. We made it twice.
But there's always new scenes, new movies coming out on burningangel.com.
And Joanna,
also,
don't you have like a book or some shit coming
actually, out? I don't know how long do you wait to publish podcasts?
It'll be a couple weeks.
It'll be a couple weeks. So then by the time this is out, I mean, I do have a book out.
When's the book dropping?
Well, it's probably out by the time you're hearing this. I
can move episodes around.
The official date is February 10th, I believe, but the pre-sales on Amazon are going on now. So it may as well be out. It's available to buy. It's out.
Fair enough. That sucks that you have to compete with that Fire and Fury book.
Exactly.
Right.
It's one or the other. I mean,
Like banging or being fucked, America getting fucked.
But the book is called Night Shift. It's a fiction book. It's not a memoir. It's a book about a girl that works at a porn store and all the adventures that happen there. And it's actually a choose-your-own-adventure erotic novel.
Does one of the adventures involve clean and cum? Like, this made the wrong turn. You have to mop jizz. She does work in a porn store.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
Is there jizz mopping?
I think there's a mention of jizz mopping.
Because if there's not jizz mopping, I'm out. Like, that's my adventure.
Okay, well, I think there might be a sentence or two about jizz mopping. Definitely not like a whole chapter.
I'm out.
Okay.
I need in graphic detail about my jizz mopping.
Okay, well, I'll go back and reread it.
Save it for the sequel.
See what's in there. Yeah, I guess the sequel can be specifically just about jizz mopping.
Just about Matt Slayer jizz mopping.
But yeah, I'd love for everyone to buy it. I worked very hard on the book, and I don't know, buy it. It's
No,
called
pick
Night
up Joanna's book.
Yeah,
Don't think about me jizz mopping.
it's on Amazon.
Night Shift.
It's called Night Shift. There's also a lot of other books called Night Shift, which I didn't know. But there's no other erotic novels called Night Shift, so I guess that's what made the.
The cover looked like Amsterdam's red light district.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a book about a porn star, so that's why I thought that was appropriate.
Fair enough. I had recently gone to Amsterdam. I'm like, when I saw the cover, I'm like, wow, that really looks like Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were
Did it take you right back to the place?
It did.
I like that.
Yeah.
Memories.
Like, oh, so many prostitutes in glass doors. Most of them on their phones.
There's no prostitutes in the book. Just a porn store.
All right.
Maybe in the sequel there'll be jizz mopping and prostitutes.
Maybe the sequel should
That's
take
my
place.
book. Just mopping the
Yeah,
prostitutes.
that should be your book. I'm gonna let you.
In one
do that
chapter,
one.
you just
Yeah.
get on a plane and you go to Amsterdam. And
Yeah.
Then you wake up with.
I mean,
Wouldn't you buy a book called Just Mopping and Prostitutes?
I would absolutely buy a book called Jizz Mopping
I'm
and
sorry.
Prostitutes.
I guess I could go back and.
But I absolutely would
Change.
also buy a book called Night Shift.
Yeah.
No, buy Night Shift because that actually exists.
That does
Just
exist.
Yeah.
mopping and prostitutes.
You never know what can
is
happen.
to come.
Yeah, it's to
If you guys buy enough-
literally and figuratively.
If you buy enough copies of Night Shift, it might fund the sequel, which will be, of course, titled Matt Slayer's Jizz Mopping and Prostitutes in
Whoa,
Amsterdam.
I don't need the title card.
Oh, you don't need the title card.
Just call it Just
Okay,
Mopping and Prostitutes.
some dudes had
The
mentioned
important
it.
thing here is
Is
just
jizz mopping and
prostitute.
prostitutes.
Yes.
Got it,
Your name
got it.
is not exactly important.
But to start
Whoa, Joanna. Ow.
Well, that's what you're saying.
That's what I implied.
well, buy Night Shift so this magical sequel can all happen.
Yeah. Yeah, please do. And
Please,
yeah,
no,
go
buy
to
Night Shift.
burningangel.com, check out all the porn. And then most importantly, because this is a drinking podcast, go to doomswhiskey.com. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter.
And Facebook and all the fun stuff.
Follow
and
us everywhere. Or just physically follow us. Just go find a bottle of Dooms and just follow it.
Oh,
See where it goes.
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Just physically follow it.
Joanna, where can everyone find you on the social medias?
Just at Joanna Angel. My name.
Bam.
Aaron.
At the small hands _.
That's
Awesome.
another reason that you know that I'm kind of an old school porn star at this point, because my social media name is like actually my stage name. Like you notice like a lot of the newer porn girls, like they don't have that.
Well, you know, I
I'm
was
still
late
bummed
to
I
the
have a
game.
goddamn underscore.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who had the small hands already. Because it
I
ain't
think
me.
you tried to actually just get small hands, and then that was taken, and then you tried like small _ hands, and all of them were taken. There was like
Apparently, I'm not very creative with my name selection.
and then yeah, apparently there's a whole world out there of people with small hands.
Right. So where can we find you?
At the small hands _. Doom, 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 doom.
On Twitter and Instagram.
You know it.
Boom.
And don't forget, protein peanut butter powder with whiskey.
Is a bad idea.
It is a horrible idea.
As is Jim Molly. And Jim Molly might be a good idea. The jury's still out on that. But
Jury's still out on the Jim Molly. But hey, if you didn't know already, you can find me at Matt _Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F and Slayer on Facebook, Matt Slayer on Snapchat. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. We're going to wrap it tonight, guys, because we're all really fucking hungry. So,
Yeah.
yeah, these protein chips are great, but it's time
yeah,
to
we
listen.
want real food.
Time
So-
to eat something with a fork.
Hey, Matt, thanks for having us.
Hey,
Cheers.
thanks for having you. Thanks for coming, guys. I love you all.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Cheers.
2018.
Cheers, all.
Woo.